Hello everybody, and welcome back to another session of Shards of Anarion. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Here at Graham Crackers, we're all about playing TTRPGs and making memories with friends. Whether those are through MMORPGs, TTRPGs, or RPGs. Because you know what? The friends you make along the way are the real adventure, or something like that. But tonight, I am once again resuming my DMing post as your DM for the next few hours for Shards of Anarion, where I am joined with some phenomenal friends, who, while they need no introduction themselves, I will ask them each three things. Who are they? Who are they playing? And what's one thing they're scared of right now for this session?
I think I forgot the order.
Vinny
Starts with Vinny.
Yeah, Vinny.
Vinny. Got it.
I'm first? I thought I was
That was
last.
just a dramatic pause, really.
Dramatic pause. What am I supposed to say again? Who am I? I'm
Who
Vinny.
are you?
I'm
Who are you playing?
Sidar.
And
He's a
what is one
Dragonborn
thing your
rogue.
character is worried or scared about?
That's my name on the top of that list. Thanks, Stemos. One thing I'm scared about. I'm really scared that at some point in the session, I'm gonna use my special staff to do something bad. And it's someone else's turn now.
Who are you and what are you playing?
I said those things first.
You did?
Grandma. Yeah, well,
Okay.
I was talking at the same time. Grandma's. I'm Vinny. I'm
Oh,
Zadar.
okay.
He's a rogue, and he has a special staff that might do something bad.
Okay, yeah, I didn't hear you say those. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hello, I'm Pharaoh. I will be playing Sinra Starmain, a Leonin Warlock Paladin, and she is afraid this session of... Sorry for my dog, who is also afraid, apparently. She is... afraid that these two newcomers are going to throw a wrench in her plans here. She hopes to work with them, but they seem a little sus.
All right. I'm TTRPG Fox, or also known as Fox. I play Brodus, a dwarf in jail. And what I guess Brodus is scared of is jail. Plain and simple.
Hello, I am Izzy. I'm playing Zosh, and I guess what I'm scared of for the session is that we're going to have to do a jailbreak, and it's going to end very bloodily. Bloodily? That's a word.
The word. Hi, I am Sarah. I am playing Ashlyn, a half-elf, half-Goliath fighter. And I think what Ash is most afraid of this session is that Trick is going to do something stupid that requires her to get in a fight.
Okay, I am Stimosis, and I am playing Trickle or Trick. And you know what? I guess what I'm most afraid of is being misunderstood. Okay, people not understanding that Trick, it's just he's just misunderstood. We'll leave it at that. And second thing I'm afraid of is not being able to use Fireball this match. So I plan to use Fireball, even if it's just to light a candle. It's going to get used today. Here we go.
Oh boy. Alright. Well, without further ado, this dramatic music definitely is becoming more and more appealing. But, without further ado, every session I give my players a chance to get a free D8 for doing the recap on their own. This week they've elected to let me do the recap, which means I get a D8 to use against them for whatever purposes I so choose. But we're gonna change the music because this is too intense. It's giving me anxiety.
You psyched yourself out.
I
Haha,
did.
you played yourself.
Oh, yeah. I did. But, without further ado, last session on Shards of Anarion. Brodus, after 2 years away from adventuring, received numerous letters in the mail by Paperbird. The first, calling him back to Oakledge to stand trial. The second, third, fourth, all different nobles claiming ownership of Oakledge. One, his long-term friend, Lanthario, who he may or may not have betrayed in a small degree last time they met. However, the final mail was one that called him to report in within 2 weeks for trial and questioning, or else he'd be executed. Fearing for his life, he made the quick journey to the Crystal Caverns, where Zosh and Sinra were preparing for war. Joining them in the war room, they worked with the wizards of the Crystal Caverns, the dwarven kingdom that they had rescued that Sinra had rescued 2 years prior. The two of them establishing that they needed more troops. If they were to assail the Plain of Bones and the gnolls that reside behind those skull-laden walls that so long ago cast the Leonin Empire to ruin, they would need allies and fast. Brodus arrived and they established that Oakledge may be a good avenue for allies, and set off. Meanwhile, Trickle and Ashlyn, the two of them were traveling the road, enjoying the night sky, the summer breeze, making their way up towards Oakledge when they were gathered and joined by soldiers of Lady Valencia, one of the nobles who was vying for control of the city of Oakledge. Figuring they had no other reason to say no, they decided to travel alongside the troops to Oakledge, arriving there and discovering a city that was heavily under strife. Various nobles had sent soldiers to take control of the city. Lady Valencia Mortrea Dathranar was sent by the crown, attempting to take control over the city-state of Oakledge once and for all into its kingdom of Vandaland. Lord Edford of Oakledge, a smaller noble, who claimed that by birthright and title, his leadership was what is to be expected and needed for the kingdom. And last but not least, the third contender, who has yet to kind of appear or show any signs of themselves besides the whispers, was Mortimer Harrisburg III. However, while they were all gathering in the city, Zadar had been here for quite a while, with his daughter attempting to get a meeting with the Duchess herself. However, jumping through hoops and jumping through red tape had kept the two of them from succeeding for quite a while, until an old friend, Brock McGidley, had met with Zadar, offering a deal of sorts. He would arrange a meeting with the Duchess. In return, keep Brodus in jail. It was a simple agreement. However, a week later, the Duchess died under mysterious circumstances. Or it might have been a month. I think it was a week, or 2 weeks. But, needless to say, the Duchess passed away under mysterious circumstances, unbeknownst to most within the kingdom. throwing off said deal. The party gathered, discovering a bit of a fight going on between Lord Edvert and his troops, and the local guard reporting to Oakledge's nobility, which, while they no longer exist, the steward maintains control for now. They were able to peacefully negotiate a ceasefire, but for how long, no one knows. As the Edfort troops moved to the edge of the city, away from the conflict, Brodus turned himself in and was summarily taken into custody, leaving Ashlyn, Zosh, Trickle, Sinra, and Zadar in the cobbled streets with that singular fountain, standing there for a moment as the guards escort the very familiar dwarf away. The crowd of the square begins to kind of resume. People leaving their houses and kind of stepping onto the street after this heated moment. There are several individuals kind of hanging on the outskirts of the city square, some of which are moving back towards stalls to peddle wares, but the most of them seem to be looking at all of you.
Is my illusion still on with the arrows?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I snapped that off instantly then. That's probably why.
With a flick, the arrows pointing to you vanish into the air.
If I have not done so already, I will stash my double-bladed scimitar.
Easy enough to do.
And take like a long glance around us. Have all of the troops dispersed, basically?
Yeah, for the most part, the Oakledge troops, led by Captain David, are all surrounding Brodus. Brodus has been manacled and is being walked up. If you remember, there is a upward path that kind of goes along a ledge headed up towards the keep itself. That is where they are seemingly bringing Brodus. There are kind of city streets and buildings where
And Brodus's trial will be. He has experience with.
Okay. I will follow you. I need your help. You need mine?
What do you need my help for?
You know, making a name for myself. I need you.
I-
You are big heroes, dragon slayers. Yes, like this blue thing. So, you know, I want to make a name for myself. I figured I can do it with you.
If you insist in standing in our shadows, I would ask you be less offensive while you do so.
Oh, I meant no offense.
Then do not call my friend here a thing.
Oh, I meant no offense by that. I call my brothers things all the time. I myself am Dragonborn.
Clearly.
Yes, thank you. Anyway, so let us go find when this court date is. Yes, we shall do that. We will find the court date, and that'll be all. Let's just go lead me to this place. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please.
Yes.
After me.
Yes, after you.
And I will.
After you. And then I gesture to Ashlyn so I can follow Ashlyn.
That will lead them to.
Ashlyn is very used to this.
All right, so you are headed over to the office.
Mhm.
Okay. So, you begin to set down these streets. Zadar, much how you found the city becoming over the past few weeks, there are guards bearing all sorts of emblems on their shields. Withershim's guards, the Edfort guards, even Valencia Mortrea, Davnadar, all of which seem to have a significant presence of troops in the city at this point. The confrontation you kind of sat in on as you were watching seems to be mirrored in almost every bit of this town, as people seem close to a boiling point. The small discussion that you had overheard merely a symptom of the overlying cause, which is until something's decided and someone takes control, this is only going to get worse. You find Brock's office, much as you have the past few times you visited. It's a small reddish building on the south side of Oakledge. It is 2 stories tall. The door is a heavy oaken door that's barred with iron bars built into the wooden planks, with a simple iron knocker and a doorknob. It does appear locked, and the shutters have kind of been pulled on 2 of the windows.
Okay.
With your
I'm
perception, you
going-
definitely hear someone inside.
Great. I'm going to open the door and go inside.
You go to turn the handle, and it clicks. The door does seem to be locked.
Oh, no. I'm going to use I'm just going to pick the lock.
Okay.
I'm not going to knock. I don't.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Why would a rogue knock? Honestly.
That's
well,
ridiculous.
wait, but wait! Should we not hide while you do that, in case there's someone behind the door, or
Why would we hide?
for the element of surprise? I mean,
Are we not here to speak with someone? Why would we need to jump him?
well, the door is locked. They obviously mean us not to enter. So by entering, are we not imposing on them? Are we not breaking and entering? Is this not?
Would you rather we announce ourselves better?
No. I just saying if we're going to do something that's like this, maybe we should look at Ashlyn like hide, right? I mean, you're my
I
muscle.
mean,
Yes.
You make a point. I do not know if I want to start this conversation with
Yeah.
this man by breaking into his house. Perhaps I can get his attention.
While they were saying all those things, I just picked the lock to the door.
God damn it.
Yeah. It's like a DC 10. I think your proficiency bonus and expertise is higher than a 10 automatically.
Mm.
You hear, as all of you are talking, you hear an audible click, and the door just...
Behind Ashlyn.
I turn from Trek to see the door creaking open.
And inside, you hear an audible, "Oh no!" and the falling of papers off of a table, and the sound of like someone running upstairs.
Oh, no, I'm sprinting after that.
Yeah. I'll take off too.
Alright.
Can I can cast silent image at will.
Okay.
You said they're running up the stairs.
Yeah, you don't have visual of the stairs.
Okay.
I will say
okay,
that.
well, okay.
You can kind of see into like the entryway of the building. It's kind of like this front office where it kind of has a front desk, a chair behind it, 2 tables, and then there are back offices that seem tied to a hallway where there's a door to like the left of the center of the room.
So I can't see in front. Like I'm trying to cast an image in front of them. I can't see in front of them.
No, you do not have visual
Okay.
on this individual. You can only kind of hear his footsteps on the wood at the moment.
All right, never mind. Then continue.
And Zadar, Senra, you burst in. The door in front of you is shut. Past the front door, there's a back door on the far side of the room.
Mhm.
And then there is a side room on the left that is also, the door is shut. Zadar, you know that past the door that is right across from you leads to the hallway, which leads to the stairs that kind of go up to the second floor. You've been here before.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing that, going that way.
Okay, so if Zadar looks like that's where he's heading, I'm going to try and just shoulder the door open for the two of us.
Okay. Roll me a strength check.
Athletics or strength?
Yeah, we'll say athletics. Sure.
Okay. 13 plus 9, 22.
I don't even know why I make you guys roll anymore. You hear a crash as Sinra's... Are you wearing plate?
Yes.
Yeah. As your
Full set of
plated
plate.
shoulder slams into the timbers, you hear the wrenching of the iron holding the door to the wall just rips, and the door slams across the hallway and falls to the ground in front of Sinra, who's already stepping on top of it with Zadar in pursuit. Zosh, Trickle, Ashlyn, what are the three of you up to?
I'm gonna look around because I believe that those two have the guy who ran under control. I'm gonna look for the papers that he dropped and see if they can kind of give us any information about Brodus's trial dates. That, yeah.
Okay. Roll me a investigation check. Zosh, Trickle, what are the two of you up to?
I'm basically doing that toddler thing where I help Ash, like I hold on to Ashlyn's like belt from the back. So when she starts investigating, looking for the papers, I'm just gonna investigate too, if that's cool. And look for the papers.
So would you like to make a separate one or give her advantage on the roll?
I'll make a separate one because I have a pretty high investigation plus. I have plus 10 to investigation.
All right, and Zosh?
Zosh is going to walk in, see that Trick is looking at something, and just sort of give a little guiding hand, a little guidance, so you can add a D4 to that.
I got a natural 20 plus 10.
All right.
So I got a 30.
Ashlyn,
Plus a
what'd you roll?
D4.
Plus the D4, yeah.
Plus a D4. Hold on.
Hold on.
I got
That's a
16.
3. So 33.
33. All right. So, Ashlyn, you are looking explicitly for things regarding Brodus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Trickle,
Yeah.
what are you looking for?
I basically went up to her, like, what are you looking for? She said anything for Brodus. So I was like, I'll look too. And then,
Okay.
so yeah.
Okay, so you're both looking for the same thing.
Mm.
All right. Ashlyn, you find a rolled piece of paper.
Give me
that's
that.
on the floor. Whoa. I haven't gotten to you yet. It is with the seal of Oakledge that you have come to recognize having entered the city earlier today. It is pretty prevalent on like the walls and kind of accentuating the crenellations of the outside walls. But this looks like it was deliberately shoved off the table. Not like it was in a feat of the moment, like, this was, they were trying to hide this as best as they could. It is this rolled paper, and beneath the sigil of Oakledge, there is a sigil you don't recognize. It is a eye with a hand covering. Trickle. As Ashlyn kind of pulls up this parchment, you spot a few others. There are 3 or 4 in this pile, but they stand out to you because they are going to different noble houses. The first one is to Duke Edfert. The second, which you recognize by a symbol. The second one is going towards Lady Valencia, Mortrea. The third is going to a house that you don't necessarily recognize. And the fourth is going to the crown of Andalind. But they aren't bearing the Oakledge symbol on these ones. They are bearing a new symbol that you do not recognize of any noble house in Andalind.
What does the symbol look like?
It is a singular hand with a wing, like a angel's wing, pulling off of it, and there is a dagger facing downwards in the center of the palm. And this one is addressed to a individual. It does not have any nobility addressed to it. It just says, to Mr. and Mrs. Avaland.
So just to be, I found three identical things. Four.
Sorry, you saw 4.
Yeah, so one going to the Crown, one to an unknown house, one to Lady Valencia, one to Duke Edfort, and then they, instead of coming from Oakledge, they were coming from a symbol I haven't seen before that is a hand with an angel's wing with a dagger pointing down, and they were addressed to Mr. and Mrs. Avaland?
Yes.
Or is that something separate? Oh, they could say. Okay, so I'll just turn to everybody and we'll kind of look at this, and I'll come up, and the other two are running up, right? So it's just me,
yeah. It's just
Ashlyn,
the
and
3 of you downstairs.
Ashlyn and okay. So I'll look at Zosh and Ashlyn and be like, just kind of explain to him, like, this is peculiar. And I'll kind of point out, like, these symbols. Yes, this is Edfort, Valencia. I'm unaware of this noble. This is the Crown. Yet they are dressed as if they're coming from Oakledge, yet this is not Oakledge, the symbol of Oakledge. Symbol of Oakledge is obviously a big oak tree with a ledge on it, but this is clearly a hand palm with an angel wing and a dagger through it. I'm unaware of these symbols. Very peculiar. What have you found, Ashlyn?
I found this piece of paper. It's got a sigil of an eye with a hand covering it, and I hold it up to show.
Do I know that sigil, Graham? Would I know that eye sigil?
You can make me a history check at disadvantage.
Ooh, dang! Okay, I rolled 2 19s, and I get a +10 to history, so that's 29.
All right.
I'm on fire tonight.
It does not ring a bell.
God damn it!
DC 30.
Ooh!
Oh!
It.
You know what? Fuck it.
Wait, what is this?
Early.
Your 1d10?
I got a D10. I want to know this mystery. I don't care.
All right.
All
right.
There we go. 33 again. I want to know. I already fucking wasted it. God,
so,
sucks.
You recognize the symbol as a cult symbol. It is spoken of only in the vaguest of texts. It's kind of like the boogeyman of nobility and of many of the countries in Anarion. The cult of the unseen eye.
And this is on the paper that has to do with Brodus, right?
Correct.
And so I'll tell them, I'll just relay that to them. Like, this is, I've read about this back home. Very, 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 very niche cult I've heard of called the cult of the unseen eye, but I don't know much beyond that. I just recognize the symbol and understand that it's a cult of some sort. What they want with Brodus?
What do they want with Brodus?
Yeah, what do they want with Brodus?
What is on this piece of paper, or is it just
you can open it up
Brodus's
and
court
read it
date?
if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
Sure. So you open it up, and it says, "To those who can see past the lies and face forward with their sight on the truth of the future, we have him. He's here, in Oakledge, awaiting trial. Does he see the bigger picture? Does he know what is to come and what is before him? Does he know who murdered the lady? I have asked him into questioning, and based on those answers, we shall proceed."
All right. I'll show that to Trick. Yeah.
I'll read it, look at Ashlyn and just be like, I fear in our quest for adventure, we might have fallen into something much more maniacal, diabolical. We are in the middle of some sort of political plot that I cannot grasp. Maybe the ones who know Brodus will know more. I look at Azash. Do you know much about this Brodus? Can you make any sense of any of this?
Would Zosh know what this is about, or would it be like a I have to ask Sinra type thing?
I don't even know how much Sinra knows.
I mean, she knew a fair amount
That's true.
due to proximity.
That's true.
Well,
I don't
y'all
think Brodus
ran
ever
up the
named
stairs.
him, though.
Yeah.
No, but I saw him with that.
You
I
saw him with the
that
tattoo.
symbol, and I know what it led to.
Yes.
But anyway, what she would have told Zosh about that, nothing. That was part of the stuff she left out. What Zosh would know about Brodus is his public knowledge actions in the war against the dragon and the undead.
Okay. So Zosh looks at Trick. I don't know anything about this. Maybe Sinra would know more, but this never came up. Very strange.
You
Here
wanted
we
an
must-
adventure trick.
So I did. I fear we must follow them up the stairs. And I'll gesture for both of them to lead the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Ashlyn will lead the way and go up the stairs.
So we'll say that took about maybe 2 minutes, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay. Zadar, Sinra, you head up the stairs. There's one last door in your way, which, don't roll for it. Sinra, if you choose to
Damn.
smash this door down, it gets smashed down within quick succession. You enter this room that is 3 desks, and there is a cowering gnome with a hand crossbow held at the door. The room has scattered papers and books everywhere on all the desks that have been kind of piled up. Your first insight is this guy is more scared of the two of you than you are of him. While he may be capable with a crossbow, he is not looking to pick a fight. This is fear that someone has broken into their office.
Halt where you are. I would like a wisdom saving throw for
Wisdom
command.
saving throw. Okay. I'm gonna use my DM inspiration for doing the recap. Did it help me? No. But 13?
No.
They freeze.
Yeah, so they can't move or take actions. I will approach him and reach down to... This is a gnome. He is highly, what's the term I'm looking for? Liftable.
Yeah.
I would like to grab the, scruff of his clothing by his neck and just lift him right off the ground.
Yeah,
And
easy enough to do. They are older for a gnome, but right now they're dressed in this kind of fine double, brown trousers that are very well made. They have a dagger at their hip, and then a small little rapier on their other hip. But there are a few scars that you can see, on their neck and, on their chest. And there's, the semblance of, a tattoo.
Zadar, is this the one?
Zadar's gonna march up to Brock. It is Brock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's gonna march right up to him and kind of as he's marching up is he's kind of gnashing his teeth almost, and there's sparks flying out of his mouth and off his horn. He says, "Why did you run, Brock? What seems to be the problem?"
So we saw that symbol. You said it was visible to us here.
The tattoo?
Yeah, the tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tattoo. you can't make out what it is because it's kind of under the double light. You just see like the edges of like the black lining on the skin. And he can't speak because he's paralyzed.
It's only one turn.
Oh, is it?
And it doesn't stop him from talking. It's not paralysis. It's just he can't move.
Okay. It wasn't what it looks like, okay? I didn't know it was you. You know, there's troops everywhere. They came barging in. I honestly thought they were gonna kill me.
Why?
Because I guarantee one of them killed the Duchess.
What does that have to do with you?
Well, a whole lot. You know, I send out a lot of important documents. I know a lot of lore. You know, if anyone needed to feign, you know, royalty or lineage or succession, they'd probably come here first.
This is a concern you have.
Damn right, that's why I had the doors locked.
Not very well. It did not take him long.
Well, he's a professional.
You are correct.
So what now, Brock? Who do I get to sign my daughter's fucking papers? How much longer do I have to stay in this godforsaken place with these people and their problems and their noises?
You know, not long. I mean, I can get you the signatures, okay? We can go downstairs. We can talk about this. We can talk about this. It wasn't. You know that I had no intention of double dealing or anything like that. You know that this was outside of my control. You gotta believe me, Zadar. I had nothing to do with this.
Zed's tongue, you can see his, snaky looking tongue flicking at the top of his mouth for a second, and then he tells Sinra, put him down. We'll go talk.
Before I do so, I'm going to reach over and put my much larger clawed hand around his hand where he's holding the crossbow and give him the eye until he releases it.
He will release it. Even if they were a skilled combatant, this is definitely not an optimal scenario for them. He releases it without any resistance. And goes, okay, we can go downstairs. We gotta shut the front door though.
I will toss the...
Is the door even standing?
No, it is not.
Well,
I can lift it back up if it is not broken.
Okay, well, we gotta make sure that at least one of them is locked. Or shut. Or something. You know...
I broke both of them.
Okay, well, that's, we can go in a side room then. That's fine. Look, there are a lot of troops around. Edford. There's people serving the crown. There's people serving the late Duchess. I don't want them coming in here.
I think I would have more faith in your answers when we settle. I would like truth from you.
Alright, we'll go downstairs then, okay?
I'm just gonna, I guess, carry him downstairs.
Okay. You know, I'm a grown gnome, I can walk on my own, but, you don't need to dig in your nails. You don't need to dig in your tails, okay?
I don't want you running away. I'm not digging them in, they're just long.
I wasn't gonna run away. I can't outrun you.
No, you cannot. But you might think you can.
I definitely would not think that. That is the opposite of what I am thinking. At this particular moment.
Set you down once we arrive in the other room.
And it's about this point that you see Trickle, Zosh, and Ashlyn kind of heading up the stairs as you're kind of carrying this gnome.
Zed will just wave them back down. No, we're gonna go down.
Seems we are going back down. Yes, this is what I want. Let's all go back down now. Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Look at this, Sidar. You're making so many new friends.
Yes, I feel a sudden need to replace some of my old ones.
Well, let's sure hope that, some friendships are irreplaceable, huh?
We'll see.
Zadar, you should not be so rude. I know we just met, but introduce your friend, yes?
Zed just kind of gestures to this gnome that's being, like, I don't know, fucking held by the head, top of the head. And he just says, Brock.
In my mind, is he like, are his feet touching the ground or are they
No.
dangling? Yeah.
He's dangling, like... It is unpleasant, and clearly unpleasant to this gnome. This gnome looks a mixture of terrified and indignant. And
Okay.
really on edge.
So I'll look at Sinra and be like, Sinra, yes, is this most necessary? I feel we can. There is what, 6 of us, 5 of us, one of them. I feel
Indeed, but if you would get out of my way, then we can get into that room and I can put him down.
Very well. And I like flip my cape as I bow and let Sinra pass.
All right. Is this one locked if I try to open it?
No.
Okay.
Also, the front door was picked open, so you could shut that one as well and lock it.
True. Okay, well, I will step into the side door while someone else deals with that.
It's about a 15 by 15 foot room. It's got a table, about 6 chairs kind of lining it like a boardroom table. And on the far wall is a map of Andaland that's kind of been masterfully made, and then a map of Anarion, at least the portions that have been explored.
I will set him down once the others start to enter.
Oh, thank you. Marvelous. Come on in to my office. I mean, not that it's office hours, but, you know, who's complaining?
He's
I'm gonna
an
let them-
exceptional map.
Sorry, I'm gonna let them walk ahead. And stop Zadar real quick? As like, kind of let them walk into the room before Zadar walks into the room. I'll kind of stop with Zadar and be like, yes, what does this gnome fear? Would you say his biggest fear?
I like to think that it has something to do with teeth and lightning.
Okay, I will use this to my advantage if it comes up. Thank you. And then I'll walk into the room.
I shut the front door and then walk into the room.
Wonderful. Now that we're all here, we can talk like, hopefully, professionals and people of the law.
I will like turn and like give him an eye. Yes, now that we can talk, we can have this honest discussion that we spoke of. I assume you will not mind agreeing to this.
Not at all. Not at all. I am a beacon of truth.
Then I will cast Zone of Truth.
He will not resist.
Okay, but all of you, if you want to, can roll.
What's the save?
16.
16 what, Will?
Yes.
Zosh is not going to try. He's going to just let it fail.
Yeah, Ashlyn won't try either.
Oh, no, sorry, it's Charisma.
Oh, God. Okay, well then, dirty 20.
Wow, those rolls be hot tonight.
I have not rolled under a 19 yet. Like,
See, I picked the right dice bag for you.
yes, you did. Yes, you did.
That must be nice.
It has been so far.
Meanwhile,
I'm
Brodus
waiting.
is running harmonica like.
I'm just waiting for the roller coaster to like dive. It's just clicking up right now, and then like he's just
Yeah. Once it swaps to me in jail, it's gonna take the nosedive.
Zed got a 13, but what? Don't I get a bonus for being within 10 feet of Sunrun or something? Like an extra, like a little bit more.
I think
You get like
if she
3 more or
considers you an
something.
ally, which I guess boils down to Sidra at this point. It has been 2 years.
That's a tough call because in general she considers him an ally, but I don't think she trusts him when he's like to tell the truth. So like she's a little wishy-washy on this particular circumstance.
when I block it, can I like say what she hears? Can I just be like, instead of like my thoughts or the truth?
I
you
don't
just
hear anything.
Oh, okay.
It's your force to tell the truth.
But
it's
do
not
you
detect
know?
thoughts.
Do you know that I resisted?
No.
Yes.
Oh, you
No?
do?
Yes.
You're right, you do.
Okay.
So
I'll
the
just.
truth does.
So when you do it, I'll glare it. I guess I wouldn't glare at you because you said you were casting. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, you said you were casting it, so no worries.
And it's what, 10 foot?
15 foot.
15 foot. Okay, so
sphere.
it's the entire room. Yeah, which is 15 by 15. So what do you want to know?
We come with questions of Brodus and when his trial will be. Also, it is of curiosity to me why you dash away, run away, throw papers everywhere, and do not answer your door during a simple knock.
I did not hear you knock. I heard the click of a door. Now, any other person would assume that the shutters being closed and a door locked would imply I did not want visitors. But also, like I said, I am usually pretty scared of people trying to kill me.
I'll kind of. You'll have to excuse our barging in. It seems you were known to a friend of ours. We assumed you being friends with Zadar that you would not mind us stopping by, right?
Yes, we all want a lot of things, Brock. But whether or not we get them, it's a matter of, I don't know, fate, luck, maybe something else.
But I don't know you much. I don't know much of anyone in here, including this beautiful lion person. Leon, yes. My apologies, Leah. I thought your name was Sinra. Anyway, yes.
Is this confusing?
It is. It will get back to it. It's no worries. It's not important. What I am saying is to you, it seems like they do not like you, and neither does this dragon. Who I would imagine you should get to talking. Yes, you should talk. And then I'll lay down the papers that we found that have Brodus's like that symbol with the cult symbol,
yep.
The unseen eye, and I'll be like, no, what can you tell me about the cult of the unseen eye? And I'll slide it under to where you can see.
I think it's pretty obvious that there's a look of recognition in
Well,
Unseater's face.
He keeps a straight face as this is slipped in front of him, and he takes a moment and looks at it. It was a letter I was supposed to send.
Who were you supposed to send it to?
He doesn't answer.
Oh, I see. You're avoiding the truth by not speaking. It's very smart of you because you know you cannot lie. But can you feel pain? And I'll cast Silent Image, and I want the whole floor to become like teeth. You said it's 15 foot. I can cast in a 15-foot cube.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole floor is just teeth.
Does this affect everybody?
Yeah, it affects everyone, but everyone will see it. Yes. But just under, like he's in a chair. I'm assuming like we have.
Yep.
At least that's how I envision it. Like literally under the chair. I just want him to see like when he looks down, like the table itself kind of looks like a mimic. The floor looks like a mimic. They all have teeth, but not just teeth. Like there's lightning going in between the spaces in the teeth. So whatever the mimic roars, you just see lightning. And also I'm gonna make that happen real quick. It's a spell save. To see through it. Hold on. My spell save DC, which is a 19.
19. Intelligence or wisdom?
Intelligence.
All right. As your illusion goes off, they fall back from the chair, like kicking off, putting their feet on the side of the table, and like launching their chair back into the wall. And as they do this, they almost seemingly, like, they are quite agile, almost on par with Zadar. to
Interesting.
a degree. And in a fluid-like motion, they kind of like angle their body and their feet, one foot on the head of the chair and the other one on the angled seat part. That's not real. You'd all be falling in. You're fucking with me.
Am I? You don't think that I have the power? And then I'll cast another, because I can do 2 illusions at the same time, be an illusion of fire like exploding from my hand, and then like a storm cloud of lightning just strikes the fire down. Or am I that powerful?
I didn't mean nothing by Sidar,
Who were you sending the letter to? Who were you sending the letter to?
I don't know. I don't know who's gonna pick it up this time. I promise.
Sidar, kill him.
Do no such thing.
Shush, no, goddamn, I'm trying to intimidate.
Brock, I understand you do not want to discuss where this letter is going, but is it by your hand or by another's?
I wrote it. I wrote it, but it wasn't me who was told. I was told to write it.
I lean over and tap a long claw onto the symbol. Are you part of these cults?
No, I'm not part of them. But occasionally they ask for a favor. I get a favor in return. They let me keep the kingdom running successfully, I might add.
And they wanted you to bring Brodus here.
Brodus was gonna get brought in regardless of whether they asked or not. You don't sign the Duchess's name on a paper with magical writing screwing over other countries and other nobles.
Alright, I mean, I'm agreeing with you. Brodus makes bad decisions. We all know this. But do you know any more of these cult's interests in him?
I don't know anything about what they want with Brodus. All I know is that the Duchess personally asked me to get Brodus back here.
Before she died.
Before she died. I mean, I don't know how else she would ask me, but that's why I talked to Zada. I said, keep him in jail. Don't let him get away. And I would get that meeting, and then she fucking gets murdered, okay?
And you do not know who did this to her?
No. Why would I know who did this?
Who do you suspect?
Okay, can we get rid of the spells first? The things. It's really hard to focus.
Who do you suspect?
I make the lightning crackle again after she has that.
He jumps in his seat. He's like, ah! I don't know. I don't. Look, a lot of people wanted her dead. I can understand why they all wanted her dead. The kingdom wants to take over the city-state. They get to absorb a piece of land that has a lot of lucrative assets. You know, could have been them. It could have been Lord Duke Edward. He's been highly unhappy with his lot in life. You know, he doesn't make a lot of plays. This would be the one big play he would make. It could be, what is his name? The Centaur. Never heard of him before, but you know what? You don't just show up with heirlooms of the country without being in favor. I don't know fake creatures.
Okay, when he says that, I want to set down the other paper that had the unknown house symbol and the symbol of the hand with the angel that was supposed to be from Oak Ridge, but instead it had that symbol. And I'd be like, did you write these?
No.
Who did?
There is a look. Roll me an insight check. Anyone who wants.
Okay. Cool. Somebody else roll because mine's not good.
22.
22.
8.
24.
All right. Zosh, Sinra,
Natural 20, by the way.
Ashlyn.
Everybody
Three
but the guy asking.
Yeah, the three of you recognize this look. This is a look of someone who was asked by someone he respected to keep a secret. And he is on the edge of, like, telling you, but then snaps his mouth shut and says, I won't tell you that.
Oh, it's fine. These illusions that I have, I can make them real if I need to. So
You do not need to do this.
then he must
He has
tell
been
me.
quite cooperative.
But he is stopping that now, is he not? And I'll turn to Sinra as like, and I'll show Sinra the papers and be like, look, these are papers from Oakledge, but this is not Oakledge symbol. This is the symbol that I do not know, and he does. There is
Do-
something afoot.
I know that symbol.
No.
Okay.
So I'll turn back to him and be like, who wrote these letters? And I'll make the table like the biggest big thing, like it just like the biggest mouth ever. And inside of it is just a black cloud with just like thunder creasing, like breaking, and like a low purple luminescence at the bottom of the cloud. And you can see like red fire kind of brimming, like just the evilest hellscape ever. It's like, I can make you disappear if I want. You know that, right, Brock?
I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying, I can't tell you. It is not that I don't want to.
Okay. Maybe you wrote it down and I slide over the sheet of paper on this sheet of paper by accident, and maybe I found this sheet of paper. Maybe that's how it happened.
He looks to Sinra. You're not gonna let him kill me, right? You're not gonna let him do that stuff to me.
I would also like you to know that he can lie right now. He did not allow these zone of truth to.
Why do you have to say that? He doesn't know that.
Look, I didn't write them. I can't tell you who wrote them.
Yeah, I think you can. You can tell me. You
He
just say
believes
it.
these.
All I can say is it's safer that for whoever these are going to that you don't know and don't get involved.
Okay.
Safer for us,
Safer for everyone.
everyone.
I'm going to cast.
But if you really want to know, you need to go. You need to go up to the keep. Maybe you'll find the answers you're looking for, but I really cannot tell you.
Can we trust Lanthario?
You can trust Lanthario to the degree that he is functioning as well as someone who is underqualified can.
Can
He
we
won't
trust the
betray
words?
you, but he's like slapping a cure wounds on a javelin through your heart.
The words that come out of his mouth, can we trust them?
Are you talking about the guy in the zone of truth?
No,
Or something different? Okay. I
this
just
is
want
the
to make sure.
steward that has taken over.
Oh, okay. I got you.
You can trust that he knows very little of what is going on. And I don't think he's smart enough to understand that if anyone is going to get murdered in this city that it's not me, it's gonna be him.
That is understandable. I have met this man before. I was not impressed. I apologize for the method that we entered and have treated you since. I glanced to Trick and then back to him. But in the interest of moving forward to a better relationship, I will drop the zone of truth.
I'm not dropping my illusion.
I figured you wouldn't.
I am Sinra Starmain. I do not know if you have heard my name.
Yeah, I've heard of your name. You're one of the heroes from over yonder. Crystal Caverns. You worked with Zadara.
This is true. It is not the reason I am here. What do you want in this situation?
Preferably to live. Would be wonderful for a start. Outside of that, I would like specific individuals to live. And that, more importantly, that the city isn't thrust into absolute chaos. Now, those letters over there, if I was a guessing individual, it is someone or someone's who wanted to secure the city for any one of those people and is trying to make alliances.
I looked at them. Were these unopened? Did we?
Yeah,
open
they are
these ones?
unopened.
Okay.
I have a few agents in the city that do a little bit of spying work for me.
No,
That's how I
fine.
got these letters.
It's fine.
I
It just
didn't write them.
right. No, it's weird to me. I am new, but it's like, you know, you say you can't say and all these things we should do to find the truth, but yet.
Let me ask you
I
a
feel
question. Was it Trickle?
Yes, it was.
If
The
I asked
savior
you a question and you answered
Of the
it
house
would get
storm.
your family killed, would you answer the question?
If I
It's
am
a yes/no
dead,
question. If
Yes.
I asked you a question that would get people you cared about killed, would you answer it?
If the alternative was that I will die, then yes, because then I can still save my family from this horrible person, or the person in front of them that can kill them. Tell me, if I kill you now and then kill your family, was it worth anything? And I'll
I
put my
look
hand
like-
up to Sandra. Before she says anything, I'm just going to put my hand up to Sandra. Is that... If I
look
kill you... and
Deeply
then-
offended.
I know you are, but I'm trying something here. That's out above table. But just a hand gesture. If I kill you and then kill your family, what was it worth? Or you can just tell me the name, and then I'll kill whoever the name is, and then you have no worries. Yes, you don't have to worry about anything. I don't kill you. This person doesn't kill you. Your family is safe. You can make bread and beads and whatever it is you do. I don't know. It will be fine. Yes. Other than that, and then I'm going to cast major. Hold on, I'm casting major image at level 3, which can do cold, sound, heat, and everything. And I'm going to change the same thing. I make the teeth rare up. The thunder will now sound like thunder. It'll start to get cold as wet rain hits them, and then spit from the fake mimic is going to fly out when it roars and smack him in the face. And
That is enough. I'm gonna
It is
punch
not.
you. I'm gonna punch you.
I will stop you.
Oh
Can
gosh.
I?
No,
Can
this
I-
is this
Wait.
is a reaction for me because I have
you
Mage
made-
Slayer and you are casting within 5 feet of me.
But that's fine.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay,
I don't
okay.
care.
Zosh, you want to do something or say something?
Can I counterspell his major image?
Yeah. I mean, if you would like to counterspell, it's a reaction to someone casting a spell.
Yeah,
Trickle,
I'll counterspell.
what are the verbal... Is it verbal somatic for the spell?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Zosh would counterspell. So, let's say...
That's fine. I'm not gonna carry it any further. If they want to waste a counter spell on it, then I'll just throw my hands up and be like, "It is impossible working with you people. I'm trying to find out information," and I'll be like, "Ashlyn, let's go," and I'll walk out. Leave those people in the room. I mean, not like walk out. Just walk out of the room. Leave them.
Yeah,
in the room
yeah,
with the guy. Just like
I-
kind of wait in the hallway with Ashlyn.
I look to her. Do you agree with this man's methods?
They are illusions. I am an illusionist.
You are threatening a man's family
Oh my god.
and to make him
He
disappear.
already told
Jesus,
us everything he knows.
No, he didn't. He literally said he cannot tell us the one thing we need to know: who the symbol is. That's what he said he cannot tell us. That's the one thing we need
And
to
if
know.
he
who the
can't
symbol belongs
tell
to.
us, then scaring him more isn't going to change that.
Well, we agree
Is
to
it-
disagree.
And I look at the gnome and I say, is it can't tell us or won't tell us? Like, do you just be honest here? Which one is it?
Can't tell you.
He's saying that if he tells us, the person that he can tell us who it is will kill his family. But how can we track down the person who it is to stop them from killing and doing such evil things? Because even though they are not doing evil things to him right now, because he's not saying, who's to say this person, this mysterious person, isn't out there plotting to kill Brodus right now? And we could find out who that person was if this person would just talk.
Regardless,
No, I think
I
he-
do not. I am unwilling to advocate torture. That is not the pride lord that I will be.
I think he
torture.
can't tell us. Like, he
What-
physically cannot say the name. Like, he either
Yeah.
does not know or somebody's
Yeah.
messed with his head.
Perhaps there's some sort of magical force that literally prevents him from telling us.
Can I cast Detect Magic on him just to see if he's been
Yeah.
spelled?
Oh, I would also have that going.
Yeah. So I think Identify would be the spell you would need to use to tell if they are under like a Modify Memory or a Geos.
That's okay, I have that.
Yeah, so you would know that would be the spell you'd want to do.
So I cast Identify.
He is under a
And-
Geos,
Okay.
and very deliberately cannot tell you without dying himself, most likely.
Got it.
Do you hold him for a minute? Will you finish?
Yeah. I just like
Don't make this weird. Don't make this weird.
7 foot tall woman, like muscular woman, just gets in his face and just stands there for a minute. And he can't tell us. He's been magically prevented from doing so.
What is
And
this?
so-
A curse?
It's a Gias. He's been I don't actually know what that spell does.
It compels you to a certain action or deed
Mm-hmm.
that you are sent to complete.
He's been compelled not to tell us, not us specifically, but to not tell anyone about who wrote these.
And the way the spell works also is if you violate the thing, you like literally die. Like it does a shitload of psychic damage to you.
Yeah.
I look to Zash. Is this something you can read him of?
Zosh goes over and looks. Unfortunately, these sorts of compulsions are not my wheelhouse. I can't exactly zap it out of him.
Look,
It is not a
I-
curse.
I volunteered to have this done to me. Like I said, everyone is safer with not having this information. Both parties. You, me, them, everyone.
All right. Enough of this nonsense.
Agreed.
Brock. How do I get my papers signed? Who has the authority to sign them now?
Lanthario could sign them. I can get you into the keep. I can get you all in the keep. If you want the answers that I can't give you, it's in the keep.
Well,
I
then
can
great.
Get you in to look around. Maybe you'll know. Maybe you'll find out something about how she was murdered, who murdered her there, that I couldn't, and that my guards couldn't.
Spectacular. Then let us all adjourn to the keep.
I'm gonna reach over and take that paper that was to the
The
Cult.
unseen eye.
Oh, that's my paper. I found that.
Okay,
No,
well,
fuck.
I thought it was on the table.
I found that.
No, you found
Correction.
you found the 3 other papers. I found the unseen eye paper. You found the 3 papers with
No, it was the other way
Nope,
around.
It was the other way around. You found the 3.
Okay,
she
well
found the
then-
1.
Oh well, then never mind. Never
Sorry, I
mind.
thought it was on the
had-
table, but if you
I
have
had
it,
it-
I
I had
Y'all
it backwards.
No, but-
fight over it in character. Go for it. That's the level of petty I
Sarah can take
accustom this
it.
group. It's like I found that rock
It's,
first.
I just
It would
wanted
be
to make sure
best.
somebody took it.
Okay.
It
Yeah.
would be best if Brodus sees this when we can speak with him.
All right.
Agreed.
Well, follow me. Preferably
I
if
will
one of you
turn-
bigger than me walks ahead of me. That would be wonderful.
I will turn and hand it then to Zosh.
And he'll lead you out. As you head up towards the castle, we are gonna go to our break, and then we're gonna join Brodus. So we will be back in 10 minutes. See you in a few. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody. We're back. Sorry for the long break. Hello, Mercs. Sending you hearts. So, Brodus,
Yes.
you are escorted into quick fashion into the cells. While they are not the despondent cells that you have read of in books, there is a dankness in the air as you are escorted into a jail cell. It is sparsely decorated with a simple cot, a bucket, and a single book. The guards usher you in. The floor is this solid stone. All around you on 3 walls of stone, and then the iron bars that have been magically affixed. As you can see, when they shut it, wards of blue light kind of spring up from the floor. David offers you a quick nod. You know, we did just in our jobs, you know that, right?
Yeah. I know. I did my job earlier.
That you did. I'll note that in my report, yeah?
Yep.
We'll bring you some supper a little bit later, so take care.
Bruce
guards-
is gonna. Oh, go ahead.
David will take his guards and kind of leaves. There's one guard kind of patrolling the other cells. There's a few people in, like, other cells down, but you can't really see them from your position.
Bruce is going to walk over, and you said there was one book.
Yeah.
Can I see what is that book?
Sure. It is Legal Practices of Oakridge and the Andalind Kingdoms. Know Your Rights.
Okay. He's going to. Bruce will investigate around the room, just understanding there's probably nothing, but you never know. Loose, stones in the wall, anything. Just looking for whatever.
Sure. Roll me an investigation check.
Ooh. I beat 10.
Hey, that's a victory in itself.
Hey. 17.
17, not bad.
Oh, you know what? I may as well use my D4 that I got for I'm sleeping in prison.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, that's a 4. So make that 21.
All right. You begin to scour your cell, checking underneath the mattress of the cot, underneath the bucket, rolling your fingertips over the creases of the stones, through dirt and grime, and you feel your fingers curl in on the edge of one of the stones and kind of pull it back, and it looks like a portion of the stone has been chipped away on the inside, so you can slide it back in so it looks like it's part of the wall, but pull it out. And it's been hollowed out about 2 inches by about 4 inches, and there's a rolled up parchment.
I'll take it out and look at it.
Inside it says, "Dearest Belinda, you know I didn't do it. But they think I did. I'm going to be executed tomorrow. I don't know why I wrote this when they're not going to deliver it to you. But figured having my last words written somewhere where someone would remember them would let me keep a piece of you. Love, Bertrand. Your husband."
Brodus will actually roll it back up and kind of stick it in his pockets. Not that Brodus is expecting to get anywhere anytime soon, but if he does, may give someone some peace of mind.
Sure. It easily nestles inside your pocket and is comfortable. It's hard to measure time in this cell, but about an hour passes.
Okay.
When you hear footsteps through the kind of like wet, damp stone approaching your cell. And you smell the perfume before you see the person. It is a smell that is very familiar with you on your days on the road with the caravan. As
Wow.
Anarion rounds the corner.
Well, I figured you would come.
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I come see my friend? We are
Wow.
friends, Brodus, aren't we?
We are. I just sometimes failed as a friend. I made some bad judgments.
Yeah. You did. You
I'm
made
sorry.
choices. You don't get to say that. You didn't earn this sorry. You got caught. You hurt me. You hurt the Duchess. For what? For what? I thought we were friends, Brodus, and he like grabs onto the cage. I never would have hurt you that way. I would have never done something like that.
Well, when we started on the road, you were always the one that everybody looked up to. I, as Brodus, I was just a little shit. And I looked up to you. And sometimes I felt, when we would go and we would make these deals, that I wasn't always getting what I felt I was deserved for the effort that I put in. And sometimes I just felt like I needed a little bit more. Was it a bad decision? Yeah. But, I made it anyways. And I'm sorry.
I never thought anything less of you, Brodus. I always thought of you as an equal partner.
Right.
I wish you had told me.
Yeah.
Because I would have fought for you.
It is nice to hear that now. But
You
the kingdom...
fought a fucking dragon.
Yeah. And I almost didn't come back.
I didn't write the warrant for your arrest. I want you to know that.
I didn't think you did.
But I hoped somewhere you were happy. Happier than here.
I was. But also, the warrant for my arrest is not for me stealing money from you. The warrant for my arrest was for me killing someone that I didn't do.
That one I did right. But it's not because I think you killed her. It's because I think that you were a scapegoat that someone else would use. And you were safer here.
Well, I'm here to do whatever I need to do to clear my name for that and to take responsibility for my other faults.
What would you do if you were in my shoes, Brodus?
I don't blame you.
How would you treat someone that did this? What is a judgment you think is fair?
In all honesty, I don't know. I've never been in that position. It is a hard decision to make. But I know you will make the right judgment. So I believe in you.
You know, he kind of turns his back to you and like sits down and puts his back to the cage. Getting his noble finery like dirty, something he hates. You know, she never stopped talking about you. Even after the dragon, even after you went away. She always had a fondness for you.
Well, I did always have a fondness for working with you all, but something about the dangers that I faced and the trek that I went on, it changed something in me. I was no longer wanting to be the man I was. I wanted to work on myself.
I mean, I hardly recognize you, and that's not just saying because you're not wearing that silly cloak and you're not, wearing noble finery, but you look good. That's what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. And you look tired.
Well, it's not easy getting handed excuse my my common, a shit show.
Yeah, well, I'll be here if you would like my advice. I know it's not coming from a place of happiness, but if you would like my advice, I am here.
Thank you.
Oh, and could you do me one favor?
Sure. If it's something I'm capable of.
I want to take out the rolled parchment and hand it to him and just say, will you have someone find this Belinda and get this to her?
He reads over it for a moment, and then he offers you a nod. I'll see what I can do. Guards
Thank
are
you.
stretched thin, but I'm sure we can manage someone.
Thank you. And Rose will take a seat back on the cot and just sit there.
He will take a few steps away, and then he stops and he goes, Brodus, welcome home. And then
I
he
thank
walks
you.
away. And that is where we're going to pull away from that scene for a moment. As we rejoin the rest of our party, marching up to the mansion in the keep. Let's get some new music going, shall we?
I'm gonna just while we're doing that, walking up to the keep, I want to stay like 5-10 feet back with Ash and just be like, Ash, These people, they do not understand me. You understand what I was doing, yes?
Yes, of course. These people are new to us, Trick, and I don't think they understood what you were doing. Give it time.
Yes. I feel like you understood me when we first met, yes. I bought your contract. You'll help me make a name for myself.
Yeah.
I'll help you do, the things that I know you need to do with the guy and the person and finding the other person in the prison. We get it. But, how do I... What must I do different? What did I do wrong? I don't... What do you think? You're of the people, yes? Of these normals, these non-nobles? You know them?
I am not a noble, yes.
Yes, hell must
you've
happen.
accurately clocked that.
Do I need to eat rat on a stick or something so they accept me? I don't...
Have you ever seen me eat rat on a stick?
No, but I've only seen you with me,
Okay.
and we eat the finest foods when you're with me, yes.
That's fair.
But I suppose when you were down there and you were fighting for your life, you might have eaten a rat.
I am standard Trick. You know
Okay,
this.
well, I don't know. This is things I need to know. I assumed that everyone eats rats. I did not know that you didn't. That's good to know. Yes.
Okay. Glad we got that cleared up. I think these people just don't know us. And
But I mean, they know who I am. Yes.
No, they don't know who you are, Trick. They've never worked with you. If they've heard of you, they've never worked with you before. That's what I'm saying. They don't know your methods. They don't know that those were illusions.
But they understand that I am a noble and I know what's best for everyone, yes?
I think they understand that you're a noble.
Yes. So they all listen.
That was the end of that sentence.
I guess I shall be more careful of their customs. It's weird to me, but I am learning.
I think just, one thing that I learned in the gladiator circuit was if you were working with someone and your methods were not theirs, it was to talk to them before the fight and say, just to clear the air and understand that, yes, these are my methods and this is what I will be doing. Don't panic when I whip out the 6-foot-tall glaive and run up to the monster or the opponent and start hitting at it. That's the way I fight. You know that. But other people didn't, and they would panic and try to protect me. And
I see what you are saying now, yes. I made the table look as if it had teeth, and these people, although they say they have killed the dragon, they obviously get scared very easily. So I should let them know when I'm going to do something scary because they cannot handle it. I understand now. I scared them. I thought more of them. It is my mistake. I will make sure that I do that in the future. Ashlyn, thank you so much for making me understand. I'm very grateful of that understanding, and I'm glad you are with me. It is one of the best decisions I think I ever made. Yes. Let us catch up to our new companions. Yes, and I start to walk forward.
Ash just, as soon as Trick is in front of her, just face palms and shakes her head and goes, "He's paying you. He's paying you." And then walk up and catch up to the rest of them.
So Brock leads you all, with his gnome speed. Maybe a little bit faster than usual, probably. Picking up the pace. Are there any last conversations people want before you arrive at the mansion along the road?
Zidar, could you perhaps give a little bit more information? What are these papers you need signatures for? Is this something that I or we could help with? Have you met Zash? And I will gesture to the side to her. to them.
Yes, you introduced us at the start of the session.
Yes, I said their name.
Fourth wall.
Yes, indeed. Is there more I should know about you, Zosh?
Cards all on the table. My ultimate goal is to become a god.
Frightening, truly.
The good kind, of course.
Mhm.
Did I just hear that right? Actually, did this person just say they want to become a god?
They've been working on
yes.
it for some time. I saw them help a particular situation where a cat was stuck up on a roof and was very upset, and they went up and got the cat. So.
Well, you know what they
Oh.
say about walking before you can run.
If these are the chores of the gods, I want
I was
nothing to do with
flying.
it.
There was no walking or running involving. I flew to get the cat. I don't know.
Indeed. It was very impressive.
No doubt.
My granddaughter was very impressed.
My love.
Well, on the topic of daughters, I've been here in the city for some time, a bit too long, trying to help my daughter get some papers signed. You see, for her business. I don't know that it's something that you can help with.
I admit that my arrival here was more coincidental with Brodus's need to attend his trial. I was intending to arrive here regardless to speak with the nobility in the area. So while I do not have these connections at present, perhaps I can be of some aid in aiding you in creating the alliances you need for your paperwork.
Perhaps. I would say that your assistance in the interrogation and forced enlistment of my friend Brock here was a great help so far.
Good. I was wondering if I had gone too far, but
No, I think you both did a wonderful job. Or, well, all of you really participated in some way. I was happy to see how it would play out.
you so often are.
Indeed. But yes, Brock told me that if I were to do this one little thing for him, keeping Brodus in jail, which you may guess is not usually where the side of that particular coin I fall upon. But if I were to do that favor for him, I would get what I wanted, and I would finally get to leave this city. I don't know if you remember, but I don't particularly like urban anything.
You liked Thunderjags well enough.
It was fun for a night, maybe two.
Aren't you still invested in that business?
To be honest, I don't know, and I don't really care. I tend to make it a point to avoid places where my likeness has been erected in statue.
It is very tall.
I'm sure it is. I've heard many things. It's not exactly fitting for me in the type of profile I tend to keep.
I understand. Well, perhaps I do not know how long we shall work together again, but I am always pleased when our interests align.
Likewise. And hopefully, Brock, and will like raise his voice, like, hopefully my friend Brock won't try to fuck us this time.
For the last time, I didn't fuck you, okay? When a noble gets murdered, that I didn't do it. Like, don't
I'm
pin that on
just
me.
saying, I like to be taken out to dinner first, wined maybe.
Oh yeah, you want the cheap stuff, huh?
What's Brock holding? Is he holding anything?
Nothing. He has a rapier and a dagger at his sides, but he's got his hands open.
Okay. I just want to make like, what is he? Something on him. I want to make it have teeth that he can see from his his vision.
Yeah. I mean, you could do like the back of.
Does he have like
armor.
wristbands on? Does he have wristbands on? Like
Yeah. Let's say
Okay.
that he has like
So-
a gold ornate bracelet.
So as he's like talking back to Zadar, then he turns back the bracelet, just goes. "Ah!" That's what my silent
There is
image.
an audible shriek that I will not recreate. And
You just see my hand move, like sparkles, like purple glitter, like in between my fingers as I do that, and just kind of look off, like at Ashlyn, like what?
he like pulls
You
the bracelet
deserved
and like throws it to the ground.
I'll pick it up. So it's a
He goes-
gold bracelet.
Keep that shit away from me, alright? You wanted to go. I'm doing what you said, okay? Okay? Look, we're here, okay? Now we can all go inside into the keep, and, you can go talk to your friend if you want, who's probably in the dungeon, or, you can look around, maybe solve a murder, maybe, stop a war from happening, and or maybe just not being in my vicinity, okay?
Do you have the authority to guide us into the keep or merely to the door?
I can get you in.
Do that, and I will uncertain that you can leave us. I glance.
I will stay
sidelong.
on the premises, surrounded by guards.
Or that.
I am not walking back to my office alone.
Intelligent.
So you kind of approach the keep. The keep itself is this alabaster mansion made of marble and quartz that has been polished. It has Doric columns that kind of extend out. There's like a garden greeting area that is probably about the size of like 2 football fields, filled with lush, verdant growth of various flowers, various trees. There's like aspen, pine, spruce, all over, with their own kind of like biome-esque oriented sections. The front gate is like this iron gate at the end of the walkway that leads into kind of like a lead upstairs, but there are 2 guards that are holding pikes that are kind of standing there guarding. Behind them at the door to the actual mansion, which is this 3-story building sprawling out. It is about probably about 2,000 feet by about like 4,000 feet. It is huge. It's on the top of this ledge on the cliffside, and they are holding like swords and shields with the emblem of the Withersham's house, and the wood behind them is like this cherry wood, mahogany-esque wood, and there are like ornate glass windows lining the first and second story. As you approach, Brock goes, it's all right, guys. They're with me. You can let us in. They are private investigators looking to investigate and see if there were any... and he looks to Trick with a look of absolute fear and disgust, of any magical nature. And then he looks like, do a magic thing. There's a look of pleading.
I will. You said there's 2 guards, right?
Yeah, and then there's like 2 guards that are like 40 feet behind them that are at like the front door.
So I'm going to like in a yes, and then in a very like almost like the genie from Aladdin musical style, like for the Prince Ali song,
Mhm.
just just start throwing out minor illusions and minor improves so they can do sound and sight so at the same time. So just firecrackers and large elephants and dancing. I don't know these guards, so very androgynous figures around them, just dancing. Just
Yeah.
a magical carnival. And then I snap it and it
one of
disappears.
the guards, no expression. Like their expression does not change. Looking at all of these amazing things, they are just nonplussed, like very stoic. The other guard is like, "Oh yeah, sure, all right." And just opens the gate with a loud creak. Brock kind of leads you all through. Looks back to you guys. See. Look, we're inside. You're welcome. So, head through those doors. I can give you the tour if you really want.
That guard that didn't do anything real quick. I'm gonna prestidigitation a fart out of that guard. Just right as I pass it, just
You feel that lowbrow comedy is more of his style, and he kind of lets out a chuckle, and he's like,
yeah, good. Also, Zadar, when you put that bracelet in there, I put my face on it and was like 50-50, yes? Just so you know. You don't have to respond to it. That's just what you saw when you put the bracelet in your pocket. Continue.
So anyways, follow me in. You twos, they're with me, then the investigators. Let the rest of the watchers know that they might be here for the night. Also, how are things looking in the streets? We can walk and talk, and one of the guards kind of follows him in. And he noticeably takes 20 feet away from you guys as he's moving and talking to this guy. The guard looks a little concerned. Not directed towards you, but at the question, and they kind of lower their voices. And then he turns around. Right wing, second door is gonna lead you down into the dungeons. That's where your friend's being held, under lock and key. Left wing, is going to be the, armory, the kitchen, the attic access, your stairs up to the second floor. On top of that, on the second floor is, the Duchess's room. There's also her lab, her, let's see, what else are there? I have not spent a lot of time up on this wing. There's also the alchemy room, the...
Yes,
man.
when are we to take audience with the lady?
Well, she's dead, so probably never.
With the steward Lenthario.
Yes.
With the steward, I can see what I can do. He should be around. I'll go look for him. Would that work for you, my best friend Zadar?
Yes.
Then it would be my pleasure.
And remember, lightning teeth. Okay.
Also, the temple on the east wing. There's a temple to the gods, dedicated to all the gods if you need to pray. Then the library is also located adjacent to it.
And where's the noble room for me?
Guest rooms are on the east wing.
Not guest rooms, the noble.
On the third and fourth and fifth doors. You're welcome.
I turn to Ashley. I just give her a I wanted to now I want to kill him. No.
Don't kill them.
Okay. I'm just saying. Now I want to.
That's fair, but don't.
So I just kind of wait there, I guess, following, I guess, Zadar's lead, who would be probably I don't know where I'm going. I'm just following.
I don't know
Zadar.
where any of you are going.
I think,
Again, you're a lot of places.
He said that we could wait here and he'd go find Lenthario.
Well, he said the dungeon's to the right.
He will look for
Okay.
Lenthario. He does not know where
Gotcha.
Lenthario is currently,
Yeah.
but he will be within the vicinity. But the rooms are yours to explore as you so wish.
Well, let's go. Let's just go break Brodus out and get out of here. That sounds good.
We are not doing this, I think. Probably.
I can make him invisible, and then he can just. Sneak
I
out?
could do this as well, but
Yes,
he
it's
said
easy.
that he is here to admit to the crimes that he did do. So
So why are we here? If you want to let
to
him
take
admit, let him admit.
responsibility.
Let him go to trial, and then what? What? I don't understand.
No. I believe he wanted to be here out of responsibility and also to not have them out for his head, but he did not actually commit the crime that he was arrested for. So
I see. So you feel
ideally, if we can go to trial and I can help in providing proof that he did not murder this Lady Withershins, then the trial shall be dismissed.
well, the trials, if they're like any other trials in this land, only depend on how much money you have. So
Or connections, and I do have
Yes.
those.
okay, then yes, let us do this. I will help in any way necessary. But remember, after this, and you help me. We get your army. We save the Withershams because I still believe there is a plot here to overtake Oakledge.
The Withershins are dead.
Yes,
There
and
is
they're-
a plot to overtake
yes,
Oakledge
and we have
by
to stop
multiple.
that. Is my whole point. I feel like we are
No.
wasting time with this
We
Brodus.
cannot stop this. The ruling party is dead. Another must be elected, whether by decree or by popularity. This is inevitable. To leave the city in chaos is to doom the populace to a life of
No, I think there's
being
some
taken advantage of.
there's some misunderstanding. Yes, but there must be a new power by democratic means. But I feel like there is a coup in order, and to where those means are not being allowed, and yet there's someone who's seeking power in a most devious
There are
way.
3 people seeking power,
Yes, and I feel like they are not being honest about that power.
of course.
So I would like to put a stop to that and let everybody know that I was the one who put the stop to it.
You alone.
Well, and others. It can be like like a like when there's a band and like one guy he's like the singer of the band and it's like his band, but then there's also like maybe the band has a name like I don't know, maybe I can be like Hoofy and you can be like I don't know, like Birdfish. I don't know. I'm just saying like we'll have a name.
What is
I'll
a
be-
band?
I'll be like like in several bards, like when bards play together, instead of just like one lute, there's like a lute and a flute, and then like the other one's playing that weird drum thing, and then one of them's just not even playing anything, they're just singing. You get it. Anyway, it'll be like, it'll be Trickle and the Sparkles. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yes, it'll
You
be
have a
mentioned.
very high opinion of yourself.
Well, when you are of the House Storm, like I am, the greatest house in the land, then yes, you have reason to be. I come from a strong family and I must represent it so. But I mean no harm. Yes, exactly. You are also very strong and yes, I understand. Yes, I like it. Rawr!
No, I
try
do
to-
not think you do understand.
We'll learn. We'll get it. But yes. Anyway, do not forget, if your Brodus friend, if he wants to go to trial, let him go to trial. This should not stop us from continuing our deal and getting your army by helping out one of these factions and letting them get your army, right? We help out one of these factions to get your army. You give me the credit, and you go do whatever you need to do. I have my credit. You have your army. It's
I
all
cannot
good.
allow you to take entire
Not full-
credit.
no,
as
no,
I
not in-
require
no, no.
alliances.
Yes,
that is
absolutely.
counterproductive to my
Yes.
goal here.
I just need to be mentioned. I need to
Of
be a
course.
part of it, but mentioned first, and then like you in the subtext. But you will both be there. We'll figure it out later. That's not important. What is important is that we don't let this Brodus thing, which it seems like he wants to go to trial, let him do that, and we'll go do our thing. Yes. I mean, if you want to go talk to him, yes, let's go talk to him. But I'm just saying, we go talk to him. If he wants to do his thing and like the responsible thing and go to jail, you let him do that. Or we'll break him out. If he changes his mind, I'd have no problem. We'll break him out.
I am
Yes.
impressed by his decision to take responsibility for his actions.
It's very honorable. Yes.
It is a far cry from where he was when we met.
Yes. We have put many honorable men in the stocks over the years in Storm, so we understand that as well.
So, at this moment, as you were talking,
Mhm.
the group of you see a individual holding a rolled piece of parchment head out the front door and out to the garden. They seem to be coming from the east wing.
The east wing is to the left or to the right?
Would be to your right, which
Okay.
is the way of the dungeon, the temple, and
Yeah.
the library.
Hold out my hand. They said they're carrying parchment, right?
Yeah. I mean, the courier like looks at you and like, it's like,
Thank you.
no, I'm not going to give this to you. I don't know you. Who
Oh.
who are you? Firstly,
Oh, hello. I am Turtle de Savio of House Storm. I figured that was my waiting correspondence. So if you don't mind me asking, who is that for then? If it's not for me, because I'm very much waiting my correspondence.
well, it's not for you, so sorry about that.
Well, yeah, but who's it for? How do I know? You could be lying. I don't trust you. Just tell me who it's for and we'll be on. I don't need any other information besides that.
Do you automatically assume that everyone talks to you is lying?
Yes.
Well, you're in the house of a respected noble family, so I expect that as
Well,
a noble yourself, you
while
would
he's-
know not to question people that work for the family who are going about on their business in their behalf.
While
The
he's
steward.
doing that, can I look at the stamp, the wax seal, and see if I can notice the symbol
Yeah, it's the symbol of the house.
of this house?
Yeah, of
Okay.
Withersham's. So the steward probably stamped it.
So it's not the wings or the anything like that.
Nope,
It's the
it's
symbol.
just,
Okay. All right.
Withersham's.
So never mind.
And he goes, I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy your stay. Good luck investigating. I do hope you find everything, everything
Yes,
that
and
you're
if
all
you could,
looking
if
for.
you wouldn't mind when you get back, when you return, put the chocolate mints on my pillow. I do love those. Thank you.
I will make sure to tell the butler.
Yes.
Well, it has been a time. Farewell. And they dip
You're
into
still here.
a
No,
bow,
go,
and then they
go,
leave.
go, go. Please go.
They tip into a bow leave. What are the rest of you doing? As you are in this big antechamber guest room with like a spiked ceiling, the floor is this tiled alabaster and baby blue tiling.
Do I get anything from my constant detect magic eyes?
On that piece of parchment, no.
Okay, I just mean from our
in general?
surroundings.
There is a bit of, of enchantment magic on some of the torches to keep them lit. So it seems that they are enchanted to always stay, like the bridges will always be alight. Outside of that, you do get a sense that on the door there is a spell cast.
Which door?
The doors you came in.
Okay.
Graham, quick question.
Yeah. What's up?
They did take all my stuff, right?
Yeah, they took all your
Okay.
stuff, bud.
Got it.
Yeah. Would there have been any items you would have requested they leave out?
No. Brodus will just be reading his one
His rights.
provided book. Yep.
Okay. So you do get one free sending, which, if at this time you would like to use.
No. Nope, I'm good.
You're good. Okay, solid. Just let me know when you do want to use it.
Got it.
But the mansion is yours to investigate. Like, do you intend to kind of like wait for Brock to return with Lanthario, or is your intent to explore or split the party or what have you? God forbid.
God forbid.
God
I
forbid
am-
I have to deal with 2 campaigns of split parties.
I'm tempted to go to Brodus, but
Yeah, I'm in follow mode. So like wherever I see Sinra, and as long as Sinra and Zadar stay together, I'm in follow mode right now. I mean, I've already expressed my concern to Sinra that I want to get on with this, but other than that, I just follow because I want to get done with whatever they want to do. You know.
Okay. Motion to vote to visit Brodus.
Yes.
Okay. It's all I had to hear
Seconded.
was a yes. All right. You head down to the eastern wing. It is dimly lit with the setting sun through the colored glass panels as you come to the third door on your right. which leads to the dungeons. It is this reinforced oak door that, easily, there's a guard there, he sees you. Brock had kind of headed this way, and he opens the door for you. Just give us a holler when you want to get up. I'll open the door for you.
Understood.
And you begin this spiral staircase down beneath the mansion. Once you kind of reach the bottom, it is sparsely lit. Very dim. There's like 3 or 4 torches that have been lit, and about 16 cells. They're about 15 feet by 15 feet each. So a lot of it is scoured in darkness. There's a table with a chair set up, and one guard is kind of sitting there with their feet kicked up. They have a rack that's pinned above them with a nail into the mortar of the stone that has a set of keys, and they look at all of you. All right, who are you here for?
Brodus.
All right. Follow me. Let's
Silversmith, I believe.
I mean, that's what they said on the paper, at least. Who knows? Not that I quite frankly care. A prisoner's a prisoner, honestly. They all committed something. And he escorts you down about 4 cells, and on the right is Brodus. Brodus, you're just kind of sitting on your cot reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, just be like, this is him, right?
Correct. Brodus.
Well, you made it. Can you believe that I worked here for so long and I've never read these rights before?
Your rights?
Well, just the fact that I knew there was rights. I just hadn't ever read them before, really cared to.
It is good to understand your situation.
Yeah.
Are you content with staying in here until such a time as we can argue your case?
Yes. I spoke to Lanthario. He came to see me. Not the happiest with me, as you can probably imagine. But he was aware that, the warrant for my arrest for killing Lady Witherchin's, he wrote that. And more, he knew that it wasn't me, but more that he knew that someone was trying to frame me. And he felt, in his mind, the best decision was to keep me close.
I look sidelong to Zash. Do you have the paper?
Zosh pulled it out.
I think it's best you read this. And I will pass it through the bars.
Mm-hmm. Seeing the symbol, Brodus will almost stare a little bit too long, because it is something that post the dragon fight he left behind. And So it is a surprise to him.
Yep. And your tattoo was on your right foot, correct?
Correct.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
You have a +3.
You have a +3.
Oh, he gets a +3.
14.
He's not trying to hide things from me.
The tattoo on your right foot, as you are seeing the symbol and reading this letter, begins to itch. But it's easily shrugged off.
Okay.
Does the tattoo like make any sound or glow or anything, or just itch him?
I mean, he's probably wearing shoes.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
It's like a
Yeah.
solid black tattoo on the
Mhm.
base of his
I got you.
foot.
Okay.
Yeah.
As a reminder, what were the questions on it again?
The questions on the letter was, does he see? Is he still with us? And can he see what's to come? And does he know who killed Lady Withershams?
Okay. I will. Brodus will take a mental note of that, and he will pass the parchment back to Sinra.
And what is it that you're being accused of again?
The murder of the lady.
So if we have a letter with stamp on it asking if he is aware of the murderer, does it not prove his innocence?
No, anyone can wonder of these things. I have a more reputable ally who can help prove his innocence, I believe. But Brodus, this, and I will kind of like raise the paper between to my fingers. I know that we separated after the Astral Sea, but when you arrived in the Crystal Caverns, I did not see that tome with you. What have you done with it?
It is somewhere safe.
What happened between you and he who watches?
I think that is a conversation for just you and I. But I feel for now, as welcoming as Lanthario was to bringing me home, I feel he knows more about what is going on than he was willing to share at the time. Speak with him, find what you can, but I will, for now, stay here as is requested.
Very well.
You're sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All
I
right.
think the daughter wanted to break you out, even though he promised someone he would not.
It's okay. Lanthario, I feel, has my best interest right now.
Choose to trust this man.
Yes. We've all had our faults, made our mistakes, but I traveled with him the longest. So,
I remember him. He's small and skinny and speaks a lot.
yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Very well.
Yeah. But we will talk again.
We will. I did have one more line of questions, if you will humor me.
Sure.
These contested interests, this Lady Valencia Mortrea and Lord Edward, as well as a third party who is approaching but is largely unknown. Do you have any insight into this situation, as it seems we are becoming embroiled in it?
The most of the insight that I have into that was when I received the letter regarding my warrant. I also received letters from each of them claiming that they were the new leaders. Now, I didn't really care for those as much, but
In your time in Andaland, you have not met any of these individuals.
I don't think I would have met any of them directly, but maybe
Probably
indirectly
Duke
through.
Edford is probably the only one you would have come in close contact with, as he is part of Oakledge's aristocracy.
Yep. Okay. And I don't know if he would have been as hostile of a noble back then.
No, very by the books kind of person. From what you can recollect, he's very keeps to himself. Doesn't really enjoy playing politics. He was raised a soldier. His family rose to claim their dukedom from military functions.
Okay.
And very much no nonsense, very much by the book. The law is the law. Things are black and white.
Okay. Then yeah, I would just, from my knowledge, relay that to her. But other than that, it would just be, these others, I may have spoken to their fellow couriers or, assistants, but not directly with any of them beyond that.
Very well. You have not met them, but do you know anything of... I believe this Centaur Fae, they said, is something of an unknown, but this Lady Valencia, even if you have not met her, do you know anything of her alliances?
I can roll history for that.
Yeah, you can feel free to roll history. I know that Ashlyn also had a successful history check understanding her in session 1.
17.
Sarah, would you need a recap on that? Yes. She was one of the outspoken nobles to try and banish gladiator matches in the southern part of Oakledge's and the surrounding areas of Andalin. It was widely successful, but outside of that, you didn't have a lot of knowledge, but seemed like she was the only noble in the south trying to ban blood sport.
Okay.
And
Brodus, what was your roll?
17.
17? She is not part of Oakledge. She owns her own city-state that falls under the actual Kingdom of Andaland. It is a fiefdom that her family has owned for about 5 generations. She is a close supporter of the crown.
Okay.
And in her letter to you, the crown was what indicated that she should have rights at least until a proper heir or a established lord is deigned. However, the king doesn't necessarily have that power. It's wishy-washy whether they have the
Right.
power to do this or
But-
whether it would fall to...
From Brodus's perspective, it would be a reasonable thing to happen.
Yeah, like, it would absolutely reasonable, and she is more functioning on the role of a peacekeeper and a placeholder. Much like Lanthario is, just with more
She
troops
is-
and more kind of
Well,
general authority.
She'd probably be more suited to perform the function than Lanthario.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Lanthario is like slapping a band-aid on like a bucket full of water that's been shot with a machine gun.
Yeah.
Like, he's holding down the fort.
So Brodus would relay this, but with a modicum of respect for what she is trying to do.
I will look sidelong to Zash and Trick. Tell me what you think, then. The pair of you. This Lord Edford clearly is a military man and has troops, but I know little of the crown of Andalin as it stands this century. Do you think it's better to ally with this Lady Valencia? Would an ally of the crown be more of use to me?
I don't think you can answer questions without all the variables. And although I know much about this Edford and Valencia, I know enough about the crown. There's this other house I know nothing about. There's also this cult that I'd like to know more about before we choose sides, because if we choose the sides that's allying with this cult, we've chosen the wrong side. So
I glanced at Brodus again. I understand you do not want to say much, and I will kind of gesture. But I believe this cult is interested in an entity which I am familiar with.
As I remember, I can't really speak about the cult.
No, we just know we were aware that you went into that.
Into the ruined...
Yeah.
And,
But
and
we
it
know
came out
that-
clothed.
Right. But
So I'm getting
I-
the same answer. Like I can't answer.
But I
Is that I'm getting-
recognize the symbol because it was also the symbol on his tome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know that cult is associated with this entity that
Yes.
I'm... Okay.
Right. But I cannot speak directly about the cult.
Correct.
No, I look at Ashlet. I keep hitting the same wall.
What's
I'm just saying. What is this cult? Why can no one speak of it? Why can no one talk of it?
Well, it was a night of much drinking and going out in the wilderness, not really, I got drunk.
We all got drunk.
Right. And then I woke up and I was naked.
Okay.
And
so you
that's
had a good
about
night, yeah.
and that's about as much as I can say.
We
Okay.
we found- Or
Okay,
some-
what is this, Ash? Ash, what are we doing here? What are we? What are we doing, Ash?
I suggest if you would like to know more, maybe a library would help.
You know more. Why can't you just tell me?
If he is under the same spell as Ashlyn said that this Brock was, then I
Is there
believe
no
that's
way to
censored.
dispel this? Can we not try to dispel the spell?
Is this thing not a curse?
Can I cast Identify again and see if his memory has been, or his mind has been?
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, and above table, the symbol of this cult is different from the symbol of the unknown house, right?
Correct.
Like they're
Correct.
They are
Okay.
different symbols. One is a
Okay,
hand
just
with
making-
the wing and the dagger.
And the angel,
the
the
other
dagger.
one is a eye that has like a hand kind
Okay.
of pressed
Just
over
making sure that there's still two
Mhm.
unknowns. Okay, just making sure. Cool.
it. So I believe it was a Gios spell. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brodus. It was a modified Gios spell.
It was a modified. It's more of a curse than it is, a voluntary thing.
Yes. Yeah. So it would reveal a curse. If you
Okay.
cast Identify and you're like Brodus, let's touch.
I again, like 7 foot muscular woman, like in your face for a solid minute.
That is truly terrifying.
Yeah. So it would reveal that Brodus has been cursed.
Okay.
Okay. So this. Okay, well this explains much. So this cult must be putting curses on people, making them not speak.
I can provide some context, perhaps, although I cannot tell you the particular nature of his circumstances with these cults. But I do know
Because you have a spell on you, the same spell.
No, nothing of the sort, because I am familiar with He Who Watches.
So you can tell me. Why would you not tell me if you don't have a
I
spell?
am telling you right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you said you
This
can't
is
tell
me
me
telling
everything.
you.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you couldn't tell me. I'm sorry. I misunderstood. Please continue.
I cannot tell you information I do not know, but I can tell
Yes.
you that which I do.
So you know of this cult?
Only circumstantially that Brodus had unexplainable absences in which he returned, one naked and two with a tome of a timeless entity.
Okay, well that's like a red flag right there. What does a
Yes.
time limit? Just like immediately, Ash. What is a timeless entity? What are we talking about here?
I
I'm
can tell
curious
you more.
myself.
I have said again, I do not have a name for this individual. He has been known by many names over the centuries and millennia, but one title that he goes by is He Who Watches.
Who watches?
Does that
Do I know-
ring any bells for me?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask. Would I know that name from studying?
Roll me a religion check at disadvantage.
Ooh, yeah. Plus 10. Let's go.
Oh, one of those was a natural 20 instead of to 10.
24.
24. Neither of you have heard of this creature or entity.
I'm
Okay, well, that makes
unfamiliar
me
with
feel
this
better.
name. Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
unfamiliar
With the
with this
24
name.
now.
Given, the problem with Anarion is like there were gods before the collapse and gods
Right.
after the collapse, and some gods didn't exist.
Could I at least tell? Would I at least know one side of that and know would I know the gods after the collapse? And maybe,
Yeah, those are the most
Okay.
recent gods, so
Okay,
you do
so I
have
would-
a lot more knowledge. The reason
Okay.
that it was at disadvantage is this is something that predates the collapse.
Gotcha.
So it's,
Okay, so-
very niche information.
This He Who Watches, I am unfamiliar, but I am certain this predates the collapse because I have not heard of this name and I know all of the names after the collapse. So
No, but we have met him, and I gesture to myself, to Brodus, and to Zadar.
you have met someone who has survived. the collapse and everything over there.
Yeah, he's a god of sorts.
He says he is not a god, but
Wow,
he operates as a god would.
right.
Oh, so he is a godlike, and I point to Zosh. Yes, like this god?
But 15 feet tall and with a plane of his own.
Can we talk to him?
Yes, though he is.
Yes. If
Okay.
His intentions are not always clear.
So, Mr. Brodus, you are satisfied with staying in here? Is this what we are coming to? Because
Yes.
I feel like you would be much more useful to us on the other side of the cell, no? Is there not something that we could do to maybe allow you to be with us, but yet still be under the law, such as maybe what would you call it? Maybe some sort of parole, where you would be allowed to go with us, but under a watchful eye?
It would be something you can ask Lanthario.
You hear a cough. I think that as long as you are all responsible for him, I'm fine with that.
I turn to him, I would be willing to have this put on my name and authority.
Of course, of course. As long as, he ends in the cell at the end of the day, I understand you're here to investigate the murder.
Indeed.
Wonderful. While we sign the paperwork, why don't we go upstairs? I heard from Brock that one of you had need of me, and we'll be back down shortly.
Is there anyone else in any of the cells?
Yeah. There's like 2 or 3 people.
Anybody I recognize?
Nah. One looks like there's someone that was in a bar fight that might have gotten a little too out of hand. The other 2 are elves, but they don't necessarily... You can't, off a quick glance, you don't know why they're in here.
Just real quick to both of them. Yes, greetings, prisoners. I might ask you a question.
They are identical twins. Hello,
Oh.
hello.
Hello. Interesting. You look exactly the same. That's.
Yes,
Do
we
you
get
know
that
each
a
other?
lot. Yes, we get that a lot.
Okay, that is creepy. And I make sure Ash, are you close to me? Okay, you're close. Okay, good. Stay close. These are creepy.
stand behind him.
Yeah, very creepy. Yes. Do either of you know a Cyrus Isa or a Magnus the Magnificent?
Let's see.
Or
what they know.
maybe in your times in the jail you have met a help me with the pronunciation. Ash, is it Kotzi?
Kotzi, yes.
Kotzi. Yes. Have you heard any of these 3 names? A Kotzi, a Cyrus, or a Magnus the Magnificent?
Maybe we have. Maybe we haven't. Who's to know? Yeah, who's to know, really?
Me. I'm asking you. If you could provide me with this information, I might be able to provide you with your freedom.
They share a look, kind of like leaning over the bars, and like one of them, the closer one, kind of like drapes their arms through. They are fairly androgynous, both of them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Was it Coatsy you were looking for?
Yes, my associate and I are very interested in this Coatsy.
Remind me. Gladiator?
I'll take a step back and kind of let Ash step forward.
Yes.
Has a scar
He was.
right
Yes.
across their chest?
Yes.
I know where they are. we would need assurance that you could get us out of here.
I'll just nod at Ash.
How strong do the bars look?
Pretty strong.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Pretty strong. I would say even with a magical glaive, there's not a guarantee you could get through it.
Okay.
As mentioned earlier with Brodus, like, there is clear magical warding, like, on the floor.
Okay.
And I just kind of I'll lean into Ash, be like, we will make this part of our negotiations.
Okay.
The one that was
Thank
on
you.
the far side away from you goes, I think that, oh, well, maybe I misremembered. I could have sworn that they were going to be executed soon.
Ash
Yes.
visibly bristles at that.
Yeah, so does knowing you see like Trick, just give the first sign of empathy you've ever seen in Trick's face. Like anyone can see like like for a split second, then immediately back to, Ash, we must act with haste.
You have a few weeks.
Oh, okay. That kind of timeline.
Yes, I mean, you know how they like to parade them around first.
Where
Yes.
is Coetzee? Is it near here?
That's not part of the bargain. That's not part of the bargain yet.
Smart, both of you. Twice. And may I ask, so I know what I'm getting into with these negotiations, what is it that you are behind bars for?
We murdered someone.
Okay, what and who was
At
this
least
person?
they're honest.
They were...
Was it a noble lady?
No.
Okay, thank God.
We murdered an Assyrian spy.
Then why are you in prison? This would be a welcome thing, would it not, to murder a spy?
We did not have the time to give the proof.
Ah, and
We're
do you
certain
know
it's
what?
destroyed now.
And how am I
Agents don't
supposed to?
travel alone, after all.
Do you have any suggestions on how I could prove your innocence?
I suppose you could do a favor for the steward. Or perhaps you have the coin. Or perhaps you could catch the other spy. Who knows,
great
really?
ideas. Yes. Okay. Excellent. We will make this deal. And I don't know, maybe shake hands, whatever you do back then. Yes.
Whatever they do back then, just bump it.
Yeah. I'll have yes, this will be a deal between us. I will negotiate for your freedom, and upon your freedom, you will lead us to where this this person is being held. Correct?
Deal.
So then I'll turn quickly to Sinra, and I'll be like, I'm sorry, change of plans. I am very much still going to help you with the army, but in repayment, no longer will you need to mention me. In fact, you don't have to mention me at all, but I might need your help in an adventure after this to find a person. You'll have to excuse me, but I must ask this of you in haste, and I will help you with this Brodus.
Very well. I understand that you are on a timetable.
So I'll just silently nod at Ash, and I'll be like, okay, excellent. And then I'll just kind of fall in line, almost with like a new purpose you see like in Trick. Like now I'm just kind of like in the follow mode behind Cinder.
Ash gives him a smile, like a thank you.
Wonderful. Solanthario kind of waves you all up and heads on upstairs, motioning that you should all follow. He leads you into a small study to sign the papers, putting Sinra's name and lineage on the line for any trouble Brodus causes while out, if there is any. But
Yeah, she'll go back like 5 generations if they want.
Yeah.
So
Why would they want
and-
that?
but then
Apparently they want
as
lineage.
as you're sitting there, he will is there anything you want to know about her death? Well,
where was she found?
Brodus, you're still in the cell.
Oh,
They're upstairs.
You know,
Oh,
I just had something come to me. Where
I
was
thought
she
he-
found?
No, no,
I
no.
thought he let me
I'll
come
get
with
back to
them.
you, Brodus. I have something special for you.
Oh, great. Never mind.
Is there anything you wish to know about her death?
Where did it occur?
It occurred in the house. She collapsed. We found her collapsed in the library. She was coughing up blood, and we thought maybe it was an illness. But once we called the cleric, it was poison mixed with metal or something along those lines.
Why? Why would you assume metal? What made you give?
I'm not a healer. All I know is something physical got into her that wasn't just a poison. It cut in the bloodstream.
Like,
And
go ahead.
I apologize. Those who have been providing her food and drink before this, the servant staff, have they been questioned thoroughly?
Under a zone of truth. None of them admitted to anything.
Was anyone else fed the same food as the lady in her last meal? Did she
What?
eat
Yeah.
alone, or was it with others?
No, she always had a taster, especially with the growing tensions going on. She
And
always,
the taster is fine, I am to assume?
They are perfectly fine.
This is not a normal poison. Somehow they were able to zero in on the lady alone. So it must
And
not
it
been
was
through.
not ingested.
Yes, it must not been through food or drink, correct?
Can we see the body somewhere?
Yes, good question.
I can secure that. Do you want to investigate where she collapsed first, or would you like to see the body first? It'll take me more time to get the body ready and presentable.
Then
Let's-
we will go to the library first while you do so.
Correct. Yes, I agree.
All right, then I will come and collect you, or send someone to collect you as soon as I can. Thank you. And he will separate. Meanwhile, Brodus.
Hi.
Uh-oh.
As they head up, in the dark recesses of the cells, a wisp-like hand pulls from the shadow of the wall, pulling itself off in a humanoid facsimile. You don't hear the sound as it moves, but what you do hear is Brodus. We're here. And that's where we're going to end this session.
Okay, creep.
Wow! Personal attack. Oh, jeez.
Went
Wow.
right
Yeah,
in.
You literally
Oh.
scared my dog with that. Like, you literally, my
Also,
dog was like, "What
Brodus,
the
I
f?"
will need a initiative roll from you right now, actually.
Prior to the initiative,
Yeah?
would I be able to get sending out? My one sending,
Yeah, if you want to, who are you sending it to?
Senra.
Okay. Are you sending it after the shadow or before?
As
As it's
I-
saying we're here. You're like, oh
no,
shit! Mom, pick me up!
Phone a friend!
basically, yeah.
Okay, yeah. I will say that will be your first round, is sending the sending.
Okay.
So, instead of them getting like a surprise round or something, it's just you going, Mom, I'm scared, pick me up at the playground.
So my initiative's 9.
All right, let's
Mom, I don't
is-
want to stay here anymore. Will you please come back and pick me up? I don't want to stay the
right,
night.
well, good news for you, you're last in the initiative order.
Great.
So, that's what we're going to pick up in 2 weeks. But
Yay.
until then, let's get some nice music going for our audience, because there are some things I would love to know. I would love to know 3 things from all of you. But firstly, I'd like to say, hey everybody watching, thank you. Thanks for watching. It's honestly a pleasure to see so many friendly faces, new and old, in the chat. Spamming the hydrates, the loves, the hashtag #SetBroadisFree. That was trending for a while. I think Twitter caught on. Thank you all. We founded this channel literally to just make memories with friends, because at the core of any TTRPG or role-playing game, it's about the people you meet and the games you play and the adventures you have at the end of the day. So, I am Graham, or Graham Crackers, and I had the delight of being your DM tonight. You can find me here next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, DMing Anarion's Rest, as they help a revolution, potentially. We'll see. Maybe not. But outside of that, I'd love to know 3 things about my lovely cast. Who are they? Where can we find them? And what are some cool projects they're working on that, we can support and give them all the love that they deserve?
Oh, me, I'm first again, as always. Yes, thanks. I am Vinny. I played Zadar, the Blue Dragonborn Rogue, and where are you gonna find me? Ooh, here I am. Ha. That's I don't do other stuff on the internet. So that's it. I'm done talking about myself now.
All right. I am Pharaoh. You can find me here 2 weeks from now, and then also in the coming months when the Friday campaign begins anew. Otherwise, you can find me on Twitter at Ferocious, spelled how it is in the chat. There's a link, and I look forward to seeing more of you around.
All right. I am TTRPG Fox, or Fox. I play Brodus, the dwarven barbarian that is ashamed. But you can find me on my Twitter, or also over on the Discord for Cloud9 Training Grounds. I'm over there, and we do a lot of cool things. If you like League or Valorant or Rocket League, or really almost any game. We also, if you want to check it out, we have a free, tournament this weekend that you can sign yourself up for Saturday, Sunday. So check that out. Other than that, that's where you can find me. And, I'll see you 2 weeks from now.
So,
All right. Oh no, that's right. You go. I'm so sorry.
no problem. Hi, I'm Izzy. You can find me here in 2 weeks. You can also find me on Twitter at NEXODUS99. You can find games that I make at ladylike.itch.io. You can also find me, and also something I'm working on this Thursday is the finale of the Monster of the Week 4-shot mini campaign that I'm a part of over on the Chaotic Wonderful channel. Very cool. It's Wizard of Oz, and I'm playing an adorable immortal lizard boy. So go check it out. That's all. Thank you.
All right, now my turn. I am Sarah. I played Ashlyn. You can find me on Twitter at Sarah of Swords. I will also be back here in 2 weeks with this. But in the meantime, if you want to tune in to channel Other Doc tomorrow night at 7, I am in a Monster of the Week one-shot playing the Monstrous. I'm playing a ghost with a shotgun, so that'll be fun. And on Thursday, 'cause this is a big week for me, on So Maddie Games, I am in a Call of Cthulhu game, and my character got stabbed last session. So she's in the hospital, so we'll see how that goes. As for projects I'm working on, I am the programming director for Play Cancer Away, and we are gearing up for our October fundraiser right now. We are finalizing the GM schedule this week, so we will have a player interest form out within the next couple of weeks. So follow us on Twitter at Play Cancer Away, and then look out for that form, and you can play with us in October because we have some pretty cool GMs. And that's it for me.
Yeah, they do, and I've actually been involved with Play Cancer Away, and they are amazing. And yeah, I can speak. I don't have anything nearly as cool as a ghost with a gun, or anything like that, or Wizard of Oz, but I'm going to give it a try. I'm Samosis. You can find me here in 2 weeks with the lovely Graham Crackers, who brought me into the scene. I'm new. I'm trying, so if I'm making mistakes, I'm sorry, but you can learn with me. And also, you can find me on Twitter at Chuck Stamos, or you can find me at the Free Forge on Twitter, or in the Free Forge Discord, which also thank you, Graham, for introducing me to that. And on August 12th, on the Free Forge Twitch channel, I will be running my my game, which is set in 1996 East Texas High School, and it will be using the Kids on Bike system. That starts August 12th on the Free Forge Twitch at 7 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun because I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm just going to wing it. So come watch the disaster. It's going to be great. Love you all. And thank you again, Graham, for letting me do this. It's awesome. Yeah. Go for it.
All right, everybody. I know you're all truly and honestly sad to hear this, but once again, that time of night has come where we have to bid you a farewell, as fond as it is. So grab a mug, grab a table, and the warm glow of the tavern and the heat of the hearth is waiting for you. So we'll see you in 2 weeks, or once again, well, in a week. We will see you again shortly. So, while we're gone, stay happy, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon. You always have a place here. So goodbye for now.
Bye.